Hello, my dear children. In the last class, we discussed the male and the female reproductive systems and the male and the female gametes. Today, we are going to see fertilization. What is fertilization? The fusion of a sperm and an ovum to form a zygote is known as fertilization. The nuclei of the sperm and the egg fuses to form a single nucleus of the zygote. The zygote then develops into an individual which inherits the characters of both the father and the mother. Let us see a short video clip of how fertilization takes place in human beings. Fertilization can be of two types based on where the fertilization takes place: internal fertilization and external fertilization. Internal fertilization is the one in which fertilization takes place inside the female body, as in humans, cows, etc. The fertilization in which fusion of male and female gametes take place outside the body of the female is known as external fertilization. External fertilization takes place in organisms like fish, frog, starfish, etc. They lay hundreds of eggs over which the males deposit their sperms. Why do such animals lay hundreds of eggs? Though they lay hundreds of eggs, all the eggs might not get fertilized because these eggs are laid in water. They are exposed to water movement, wind, and rainfall. The other animals in the pond may also feed on these eggs. So, it is necessary that a large number of eggs are laid so that at least a few of them are fertilized and developed into young ones. The zygote that is formed after fertilization develops into embryo. The zygote divides repeatedly to form a ball of cells. These cells then begin to form groups that later develop into different tissues and organs of the body. This developing structure is termed as embryo. The embryo then gets embedded or attached in the wall of the uterus for further development. This picture shows the division of the zygote into a ball of cells and how the embryo is being attached to the uterus wall. After attachment to the uterus wall, the embryo continues to develop body parts such as hands, legs, head, eyes, ears, etc. This stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified is called a fetus. When the development of the fetus is complete, the mother gives birth to the baby. Internal fertilization takes place in hens also. Soon after fertilization, the zygote divides repeatedly and travels down the oviduct. As it travels down, many protective layers are formed around it. After the hard protective shell is formed around the developing embryo, the hen finally lays the egg. The embryo takes about 3 weeks to develop into a chick. The development of the chick takes place inside the eggshell during this incubation period. This picture shows how different protective layers are formed around the embryo while it travels down the oviduct. In the case of external fertilization, development of embryo takes place outside the female body. The embryo continues to grow within their egg coverings. After the embryos develop, the eggs hatch. You must have seen tadpoles swimming in ponds and streams after being hatched from the egg.